Hey, this is Lee Balcom. If you're in the United States, like most people who are probably watching this, you're coming up on Thanksgiving. And I just very briefly wanted to talk about that because one of the things I often hear is how hard it is for people to kind of get in the mood for that when your marriage is in trouble, when you're having a marriage crisis. It's like, I have nothing to be thankful for. So I want us to think a little bit about this in what I think is an intentional way. If you're not aware that one of my arenas of study and of working with people is thriving. So I call myself a thrivologist. I study the art and the science of thriving, and that's what I've been teaching for a number of years, including trying to learn and do that myself. And here's the thing. There are a lot of things out there, approaches out there that have proven not to be particularly helpful. You know, we'll find out some new approach to something and it just doesn't test out when they actually do like studies, research. But there is one, and that one keeps coming up, and that's gratitude. It turns out that gratitude has the power of changing how you perceive the world, how you feel emotionally, and how you interact with others. And so here we are on the cusp of this day when you're supposed to be thankful. Now, let's sidestep the stories behind Thanksgiving for a moment and go with it's a day to express and feel gratitude. That's all I want you to think about, to express and feel gratitude. Not because everything is going great, but because that changes who you are and how you interact in the world. What we know from research is when people practice gratitude, probably more often than one day a year, then they have a physiological response. Their body calms down, their vagal nerve system calms down, because if you're in gratitude for something, you're not going to be in fear of everything, right? So first, it calms the body. Second, it is an antidepressant and anti-anxiety because it shifts our focus not to what's going to happen and what bad there is in the world, but what's there to be thankful for, right? Kind of the opposite of that. And then it also changes our interactions with others. Because when we are working on gratitude, that usually flows out of us in a different energy. Because what is the opposite of gratitude? Isn't it about deserving of, I deserve this? I'm not getting what I want. I deserve everything, or I've created it. It's all me, right? I'm all the one man show or the one human show or whatever kind of creating that is, and it creates a fairly self-centered, selfish frame, which most people don't find particularly appealing in others around them. And so gratitude makes a shift, and it asks the question: what is it that's beyond me for which I'm thankful? And sometimes it's hard to find that. I mean, we all have those days, which is why gratitude is a practice. It doesn't happen automatically. Humans are kind of designed to go, what do I need? What can I get? What do I need? What can I get? We go into a scarcity mindset. It's almost built into our existence to be asking the question, what do I not have that I need right now? Now, I am not saying that gratitude is about going, I need nothing. We all have things that we need. We all also have a lot of wants that we have. What we're doing is turning that and going, okay, but where I am, what's good about this? What can I be grateful for? Now, there are lots of experiments out there that have used different approaches. But you know what they find? It's as simple as coming up with 3 things per day for which you can feel grateful. Not think grateful, feel grateful. So imagine that you get up in the morning and you look around from your day before and you go, for what am I grateful? What is it? And you're very specific. And it can be, walking out and going, I'm grateful for how beautiful the sky is. I'm grateful I can walk outside. I'm grateful that I had breakfast or had dinner last night. I'm grateful for that hot cup of coffee in the morning. I'm grateful for having my dog beside me. It doesn't have to be big. And it can be, I'm grateful for this that I just read. I'm grateful for a video I just watched. It just doesn't matter what it is. You're just looking for the things for which you are grateful, for which you can give thanks, to use next week's word or whatever that is for you. So it's that simple. Now, I think what really is powerful is for us to name it and sit and feel it for a minute. So what I've tried to do is cultivate that. If I go outside, I'm taking my morning walk, and it's just a beautiful sky, sometimes I just sit there and go, oh, I am grateful for this beautiful sky. And then I go, let me breathe that in a little bit and feel the gratitude for that, right? I had a health scare a number of years ago, and I've said over and over, I am on bonus time I didn't think I was going to have. Every day I can be thankful for that. I can have gratitude for that, right? And so I can lock that in and really feel ways I appreciate it. There's so many things around you for which you can be thankful. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be life-changing. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It can be something small. But if you can find 3 things in the morning for which to be grateful, 3. And then in the evening to remind yourself about that. That's it. The rest of the day, do your thing. But what we know is when you start doing that, you start building the neuronal pathways stronger and stronger around gratitude. It's easier to find them. Sometimes when I'm working with somebody, at first they're like, I have nothing to be grateful for. I'm like, nothing. Nothing. You can't think of it. One thing to be grateful for. And sometimes they begrudgingly find one thing. That's great. How about another? Usually once they start one, they can find 2 and 3. And then they want to keep naming them. I'm like, oh, save some for tomorrow. Right? You don't have to go through your whole list today. 3. That's all you got to do. Name 3 things in the morning for which you're grateful. Feel it. Don't just go, I'm grateful for the sky. That's fine. Feel it. I am grateful for the sky. Take it in. Experience it. Let that sit with you. As you do that, you start building the practice of gratitude. As you build the practice of gratitude, you create the lenses of gratitude for which you watch the world. And when you do that, you become more grateful and you get all of those benefits we talked about. Find your gratitude. No matter how life is tough, there's a place to be grateful. Find it. Let's build those pathways and let's find our path. This is Lee Balcom wishing you the best as you work to save your marriage.